Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 3-Minute Thursdays, where I try to give you some of the most up-to-date news in the doll hobby. Now, as always, I am your host, Shizusan, and I have two very lovely assistants with me today. As always, the very lovely Chitose and her new younger little sister, Haruna, which is my new mini Dollfie dream. I will be making a couple announcements at the end of today's video. As most of you know, there hasn't been any episodes of 3-Minute Thursdays in the month of October, as I was traveling to Japan, and a couple other things happened after that. I will make a couple of personal announcements regarding those things and Haruna at the end of the video. So without further ado, why don't we start today's topics? So, as always, let's start with some Dollfie Dream news. Now, of course, as I mentioned in prior videos, this is going to be an amalgamation of a new format that I'm working on, so bear with me. It's going to be more like a conversation. So today, I'm going to talk about the Dollfie Dream stuff first, and first on the list is going to be Nier Automata. So for those of you that have pre-ordered Nier Automata, there has been some shipping update information. And now, as some of you may or may not know, Japan has had some typhoons, I guess for lack of a better word. There's been some typhoons, and because of that, some of the facilities that have been making these dolls have been delayed, right? So here are going to be the delay schedules. I'm going to put the schedule up here. This is the USA version, and I have notes here on the Japanese version. So the first wave for those of you that reserved on the international website is going to be early December of 2019. Now, as you can see in this picture up here, for the first wave for the Volks USA, it's going to be the end of January 2020. Now, the second wave for the international website is going to be for mid-April of 2020, and for the United States, for those of you that reserved on Volks USA, is going to be the end of May of 2020. Now, for the very last one, the third wave, now if you reserved again in Volks International website, it's going to be mid-May 2020, and then Volks USA is going to follow afterwards for June of 2020. As you can see, there's like a pattern. International is like sort of kind of like 1 month in ahead of the shipping dates from the USA dates. So for those of you that did order Nier Automata, so sorry that, your orders will be delayed and you won't be getting them when you expected to, but it's quite understandable, I would say. I mean, Japan has had some pretty bad typhoons. I personally witnessed one, but we'll go into that at another point in time. So that's everything for the updates for Nier Automata. So let's move on to something else. So Volks, both international and USA, is having a new pre-order project, which is going to be for Fate Grand Order, which is in this picture here. So I did mention it in a previous video, and I do want to say that pre-orders are now available, and they started on October 12th, which is when I was away, and it will end on December 8th for both the international and the USA website. Okay, so if you want to think about it that way, you have a little bit more time at the USA website than you do on the JP one. Now, I did give my initial thoughts for these dolls in previous videos, and they pretty much haven't changed, other than the fact that when I was in Japan, I got to see them in person. Now, this is something I don't usually get to experience, is because I never go to Japan. This was my first time. So usually when they have things like this, everybody got to see them if you go to the Japanese stores, versus the rest of us that are international. So I did get to see them, so I took a couple pictures. So in this first picture here, this is going to be both the dolls, the Master and Mosh, in their, I guess you could say, their regular outfits, or their default outfits that they will come with. And I do have to say that I still don't care about the Master Servant, the Master doll. I still kind of don't care about her. However, her as a character I don't care about, but her face sculpt itself. So if you take everything away and you just buy her for her head is actually very versatile, and it could be used for a lot of different things if you want to make your own custom character. So that's one good thing about the Master Servant, but as a character herself, I think she's pretty much pointless. I still don't understand why Volks picked the Master class, or the Master themselves. But Mosh, on the other hand, Mosh's default outfit, which is her casual outfit, I guess you could say, not her armor like I hoped for, is actually really, really nice looking and really cool. I did buy a sort of, I guess you could say, a fan-made casual outfit a couple of years ago. I wasn't too happy with it, which is why you don't really see any of my characters or any of my dolls wearing them. It's not that it was a bad outfit. It just didn't look like what I thought it would come out to look like. So I probably will use it for other things, but as a mosh outfit, no. But I digress. I'm getting further from the point. So then they also had them on display in their other outfits, their secondary outfits, which is in this picture here. Now the secondary outfits look really cool. I might actually pre-order just the outfits because for the master, you have her her robes, which is something you could change her into in the game. I'm not going to go too much in detail, but that thing looks pretty cool. Definitely in person, it looks awesome. And I could see when I was there, I got to look underneath the skirt, not to sound pervy or anything like that, but it is, from what I could tell, white lined. There was like a white lining. I don't know if it goes throughout the whole skirt, but when I looked underneath, there was like this little white thing. Also, the same thing for Mosh. Mosh's outfit, which I don't know where it came from, as I said in previous videos, but it is a really, really nice outfit. I might maybe pre-order that one. That's pretty cool. So if you are interested in the characters, obviously make sure you pre-order them during this time frame, all the way up until December 8th. Same thing if you are just like me and you only want the secondary outfits, same thing, pre-order them, before December 8th. Now, let's move on. So, Volks has announced that there's going to be a new mini Dollfie Dream, or maybe not so new mini Dollfie Dream. In this picture here, this is Puyo Pop. This is Arl, version 2, or second version as they call it. I don't really remember the first version looking any different. They kind of look exactly the same. But those of you that have purchased the first version of Arl, maybe you could put it in the comment section down below, maybe the differences that you noticed for the version 2 and version 1. But she will be released at Doll Party 42, which is going to be taking place in December 14th of this year. So if you do want a new mini Dollfie Dream and you want the second version of Arl, or you missed out on the first version of Arl, she's going to be released during Dolls Party 42 this December 14th. Now, other announcements, really, there really isn't much else other than Volks USA in this picture here has posted that they restocked a couple items for you to buy. Now, there wasn't really too much that I personally was interested in, but you guys might find something there that you may like. One thing I do want to notice is that in this picture here, that little gold thing on the bottom is that tweezer hairbrush thing. Now, this is not something that you need to buy at all, as I have been using where is it? Oh, it's not here. I've been using a toothbrush to comb all my dolls' hairs, but when I was over in the Volks store over in Japan, I got a chance to use that brush, and I really like it, so I ended up buying one. So for those of you that want a really cool brush to use for all your dolls' hairs, I definitely recommend this one. However, I will say it's not necessary that you buy it because it is quite expensive. It's like 20 bucks. So yeah, it's kind of expensive, but if you guys want something that's pretty cool and compact, well, not really as compact as a toothbrush, I take that back, but it is cool. I do like it. I do recommend it if you're willing to spend the money for it. But that really wraps up everything for Dollfie Dream news. So let's move on to some Smart Doll news. So there's quite a few things that we need to go over. As of course, I have no episode of 3 Minute Thursdays in October. There will be a lot. And some of this may be slightly out of date. I took out all the information that has already passed that's not really relevant to now. And I kept the ones that are in the past that are kind of still relevant. So let's just get started with that. So for Smart Doll, Danny Chu has posted in this picture here that both Kizuna and Valiant are now available in the cinnamon skin tone color. Now do remember, there is no cinnamon skin tone color in Cortex as of yet. So these are all going to be vinyl. Now, Danny Chu has also announced in this picture here that Resolute is now available, and her counterpart, or her secondary version, which is the T version, is up on a preview page on the Smart Doll website. She's not available yet. There is no ETA, as far as I know, for the T version, but this here, in this picture here, this is the cinnamon version of Resolute. And apparently she's pretty popular. I think she is gorgeous, but there's so many dolls that Smart Doll offers that this one is one of the ones that I'm probably going to pass on because I don't have enough money to buy all the girls. If I did, I would buy all the girls. But for those of you that are interested, Cinnamon is available now. T is coming out sometime later. I'm assuming, my assumption is probably in 2020 sometime. Now, Danny Chu has also posted in this picture here that Prowess is now coming out in Cinnamon, or maybe not. So he's asking you guys, the viewers, whether or not you want her to go into production or if she's going to go into the prototype garage sales as a one-off. So let me know in the comment section down below. Also put it out into Danny Chu, or put it out? Put it out. Shout out, tweet out to Danny Chu either in Twitter or Instagram. Let him know whether or not you want to see or buy Prowess in Cinnamon. Yeah, I don't know why I took a long pause after that. Anyways, let's move on. So, Danny Chu has also posted in this picture here of another new prototype girl, and this is part of the semi-real face design, and her name is Independence. I actually really like her. She's no Entropy, as Entropy is still my favorite of the three, but she's definitely number 2 on my list. So for me, it's like Entropy, then Independence, then Genesis. There's nothing wrong with Genesis. I like Genesis. It's just that's how I rank them. So please don't take any offense to my personal rankings, but I definitely think Entropy is still my favorite. But this new one, Independence, she is gorgeous. I do like her. I like her face. I like the way she kind of has this sort of angry look, but sort of not, more like intense look. I kind of like that. Really nice. So let's keep moving. Now, Danny Chu has also made another big announcement, and this was something that you're hearing now versus in my Japan vlogs, which are going to come later. As I said, I'll talk about it later. Anyways, Danny Chu has made an announcement here that he is working with some Hollywood studios, and one of the first to be released is Supergirl. So this is Supergirl. She's super awesome. Super cool. I'm a huge Supergirl fan from the DC world. She's definitely my number 1 favorite from DC for as far as heroines go. I am a Batgirl fan too, but I think between the two, it's really hard for me to choose which one's better. Supergirl comes at a very close higher. Just slightly. Anyways, she looks absolutely lovely. There is another picture floating around of her. You could see it actually on the Smart Doll website with the same uniform, like the Supergirl uniform, but in a more wabi-sabi look. It's more of the modern look. This is more classical, very bright, very vibrant. But then there's also the version that's more of the modern look, something that you'll see in the Hollywood studios movies, how they kind of have like a muted wabi-sabi kind of look to it, which matches with Smart Doll's wabi-sabi look, surprisingly. So there's no ETA out for her as of yet, but she will be on display at Anime NYC for those of you that are attending. By the way, I'll be there as well. Hope to see you there. And as well as Designer Con, which is going to be in California in the same month. So if you want to see Supergirl in person, definitely come out to those events. If not, you can visit the Smart Doll website. There are a lot of pictures of her up there as well. Now, he also put out, for those of you to say, because of this announcement of Supergirl, he wants to know if there's any other heroes or heroines from Hollywood studios, which seems to be who he's collaborating with, that you would like to see. So, obviously, I already mentioned for myself, Batgirl. Definitely want to see Batgirl. Let's say boys. Probably, that's a hard one for boys, as the only male characters that I really like, other than Batman, but Batman has kind of fallen down the scales. I really like Darkseid, but having a Darkseid Smart Doll, I don't know how that would work, at least not with the current Smart Doll lineup, because as some of you may know, Darkseid is pretty big and bulky and muscular and alien, so he doesn't have the regular aesthetic face. So Smart Doll wise, I don't know if that's going to work, so I probably have to default to Batman. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and don't forget to tweet it out and send it out to Danny Chu on Instagram. Now let's keep on moving, right? So let's go through a couple prototypes that Danny Chu has mentioned. So prototype number 1, the classic, I don't know how to say this, I think it's Raglan, classic Raglan tee. Now, these were the tees that Smart Dolls were initially released with for Mirai, Kizuna, Ebony, and Ivory, I believe, they had green. Chitose, unfortunately, didn't have one, as she was number 5. But Mirai had a red, or kind of bright orange, and Kizuna had blue, and Ebony and Ivory had green. So this is more of a Mirai muted wabi-sabi look for the red/orangish. Really cool. I do like it. A lot of people like those original Raglan tees, and they're very rare, I guess you could say, nowadays. No, and if for any of you that are going to ask, no, I'm not selling any of mine. I really like my tees. But there's no ETA on this, so we're just going to have to wait and see. My guess is probably after Christmas. But if it's before Christmas, great. It'll be a great Christmas gift for those of you that have smart doll friends or smart dolls spouses, family members that do want this t-shirt. Now, another prototype apparel Danny Chu is showing is in this picture here. This is the climbing harness, which will be on display at Anime NYC and other cons in the future, as Danny Chu is going to take it around with him while he's traveling. As the whole point of the climbing tee, other than for rock climbing pictures, as you can see here, or AC unit picture climbing things. He says the main focus of this is so that it's an easier thing that you can put on your doll that you can carry around. So normally if you have the Mirai Carry, you can kind of like latch them onto the backpack strap. Backpack, I don't know why I had to think about that. Backpack strap, and they can hang on there while you go do other things with your free hands. Now, this is another thing that he's trying to make where he can have an actual strap. So if you're not using a backpack to hang them off of, he was thinking of maybe making some kind of prototype. Now, it's not in any of these pictures. This is just a harness, and this is just something that he kind of just said in passing. But maybe if you attend any of these events that it'll be appearing, he might have some kind of prototype. That's just my assumption. I haven't seen anything whatsoever, so don't say, hey, Danny, Shizusan said that you have this. No, I'm just making things up. I'm just speculating. He might have some kind of harness or strap that he's in production making, because he has said that he wants a way for you to carry your smart doll while holding a camera and maybe a Starbucks coffee at the same time. So they have to hang something. And if you don't have a Mirai Carry, what are you going to hang off of, right? So he might do that. He may not. We'll just have to wait and see. So let's just keep moving. So Danny Cho has posted in this picture here of different fabric choices. Now he's planning on making a hakama. For those of you that don't know, hakama is kind of like a yukata, but it's in two different pieces. You have like the top half and the bottom half. And these are fabric samples that he's thinking about using. And he wants to know what you guys think. What do you want to see? Personally, I like A and C. But there is obviously A, B, C, D. So which ones do you guys like? Put it down in the comment section down below. And remember to tweet it out and send it on Instagram to Danny Chu as well. For me, like I said, A and C I think look the best. A for the flowery pattern versus the D flowery pattern. I really like the A version. And then C because why have two flowery patterns, right? I like C. And then B, not really my cup of tea. But maybe some of you will really like that stuff. But my vote is for A and C. So let's keep moving on, as this video is getting long, but I did mention that the new format will have no time frame. So let's just keep going. So the last thing I do want to talk about is apparel that's going to be released. And this is Danny Chu's new apparel. This is called the Bear Girl Dress Holiday 2019. So this is a Santa outfit, basically, for you to dress up your girls in, and it will be released this weekend. The only thing he didn't specify specifically is if it's this weekend only in Mirai Store Tokyo first. Excuse me, I couldn't breathe there. Because normally when he releases these new things, it's usually at Mirai Store first. Sometimes it's everywhere first, but I don't know. He didn't specify. So I guess you could just check on the website this weekend just to see if it's available. I know Danny Chu usually will post it anyways. He'll post now available, so you'll see that coming up on your feed as well. But just do know that the hat is actually going to be purchased separately. So those are two separate items. The whole outfit, hat separate. So if you just want the hat, you can order the hat too, but that'll be this weekend when it will be released, hopefully internationally or to everyone, this weekend, or maybe just Mirai Store first this weekend. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that wraps up today's episode of 3 Minute Thursdays, as it definitely was not 3 minutes. Of course, as I've been saying this whole video, we are in the middle of a format change. Now, whether or not you like this new format, because this format will be longer, there will be a lot more rambling from me, as I'm giving more of my personal opinions rather than just news all the time. I want it to be, like I said multiple times, as a discussion between between me and you. No outtakes, no cutting, no editing. That's just the new format that I'm going for. There will be a whole format revamp once I finalize how this new thing is going to be, and that's going to be in the first episode for 2020. So that'll be season 4, or I don't know if I should call it season 1 since it's a whole new format, but we'll see when we get there. It's basically going to be the first episode of 2020. That's when the whole redesign and the finalization of how this new version of 3 Minute Thursdays is going to pan out. But that's it. That's it for today's episode. So let's go over some personal announcements that I do want to make. For those of you that are interested, that has stayed throughout the whole video and want to know about these personal announcements. So, announcement number 1. There was no episode of 3 Minute Thursdays for the entire month of October because A, I was in Japan, which was super, super fun. And B, when I came back from Japan, I had a lot of things to take care of. So let's tackle this. How's the best way to tackle this? Okay, so I went to Japan. Let's start with that. I went to Japan. I was out from October 4th to October 19th. And my whole time there, I was vlogging. So do expect there to be a Japan vlog 2019. Hopefully there will be another trip. I don't know. But my Japan vlog, I haven't gotten to editing too much yet. That's why there has been such a great delay. For a couple reasons. So, how should I say this? 1, as you'll see in the Japan vlog, I haven't been away from my family for this long. And I really, really missed them while I was in Japan. Really, really missed my family. My kids, my wife, missed them a lot. So when I came back from Japan, I did a lot of serious, like, family time. Like, as I... It's just, I don't know how else to explain it. I really miss them, and I just needed that family time. So the Japan vlogs has been delayed for that. Another reason why the Japan vlogs has been delayed is I was going to try and see if I can edit them while I was in Japan and post them while I was in Japan, but I couldn't get my Microsoft Surface as I bought the lowest model version. I only use this for presentations and for 3 Minute Thursdays, and it doesn't have the editing capability in order to edit videos. I tried to see if I could do it. It didn't work. So that's one delay. Another delay is in Japan, as you'll see, I talk about it a lot in my vlog, but so you guys can hear it now. There's a lot of places that don't like you filming, at least inside stores. Outdoors, free game for the most part, but inside stores they don't. When they see this big old camera, like when they see me walking around with a big old camera like this, they always tell me no filming. So half of my vlogs are on my big camera when I'm outside and about, and then the other half are on my iPhone because it's a lot easier to film on iPhone. I was respectful. If they said no filming, I didn't film. But what I'm saying is sometimes I went into places straight up with the iPhone because 1, it's just easier to carry because it's smaller and lighter. And my big camera is huge and heavy, and I did a lot of walking. So anyways, long story short, my iPhone here, this thing, I need your help because I used to take my iPhone, plug it into my Windows 10, my PC, and I would go to the photo app that's there, and I would do import files, and it would import all my photos, all my videos into the hard drive. I don't know what's going on with iPhone right now, but it is not liking my PC. So I updated the PC to the newest version. I updated the Photos app to the newest version. I updated my iPhone to the newest version. And every time I plug it in and I open Photos, I hit import, it freezes, it crashes, it doesn't do anything. Now, it could be my fault. Maybe I have a virus on my computer. I have no idea. I really don't know what's going on. But maybe those of you that are tech savvy, let me know in the comment section down below. I've been having a hard time doing the Japan vlogs because half of the footage is on here, and the other half, which I already have, I transported to my computer, which I can't do the videos very well because it's only half of it. I'm in the process right now of a long process of doing it. I have a Mac, an older Mac, and I'm hooking up my iPhone, transporting it to the Mac, and then from the Mac putting it on a USB card, but the USB card can't hold a lot of memory, so from the USB card, I transfer it to the PC, then etc. Keep doing it over and over. Mac, USB, PC, and it's taking a really long time to do it, not including the time it takes to actually edit and put things together. So that's having a huge impact on me getting my Japan vlogs out as fast as I can. I'm trying really hard to get the first episode of my Japan vlogs out before I leave for Anime NYC, which is next week. So there may or may not be a 3-Minute Thursday next week because of Anime NYC. But I will try to get my Japan vlog episode 1 out by that time. Also, I have a new mini Dollfie Dream that I bought when I was in Japan, and you're seeing her here now, and you haven't seen an unboxing video. Usually, as some of you know, I like to do the unboxing first. So I did do an unboxing video of her in Japan, while I was in Japan, in my hotel room, and I tried to see if I can edit it and put it online. Didn't work. So I am going to try to edit that and give that to you guys as soon as I can. And then I did, unfortunately or fortunately, ended up buying another mini Dollfie Dream while I was there. And I didn't do an unboxing video for her, and she's not here present, but I did post about her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook groups, and she is Hanamaru. She is my tan mini Dollfie Dream, and she is a limited item to only Japan, if I remember correctly. I don't think you can order her online at all, at least not as of yet. But she is a Japan only, a D-Cord only, Doll Point only exclusive. So I had no intention of buying her at first. She wasn't even there. And then she showed up like halfway through my trip, and I was like, if I can only get it here, I wish I saw her first. No offense. But yeah, so I ended up getting 2 because of that. If you want, I can go more in detail, make a separate video on the whole exclusive thing. I talked about it a little bit in my unboxing video of Haruna. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you want me to make a separate video about like that whole thing, I will. I'll let you guys know. Just let me know in the comment section down below. Other announcements, I think that's about it. Anime NYC coming up next week. You know, my Japan vlogs that are hopefully going to be coming out. My new unboxing video that's hopefully going to be coming out. And then no other events for the rest of the year for me that I'm going to. But the 3-Minute Thursday revamp that's going to be happening. That's going to be in the first episode of January. So you guys will see that there. I'm working on a couple other side projects, which I'm not really ready to announce as of yet, as they're still in the very, baby stages. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you everybody for watching, as I know this video is very long. Again, let me know in the comment section down below if you like this format or not, as I do a lot of rambling, but it is a lot of my own personal thoughts, which I don't normally give during these 3-Minute Thursdays. Some of you might just want the news, just straight up news, and that's what I've been doing for a long time. But I do personally like this format better. But let me know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. So as always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my beautiful assistants today are both the lovely Chitose and Haruna. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you, or we will see you, in the next video.
'Cause this is our time, this is our life. Sometimes all you need is a smile to get by.